years, Gaza, as they call it, the biggest open-air prison. We're talking about people are being oppressed.
Yes. Israel has actually literally blockaded Gaza for 16, 17 years.
So we have
it's not like what people say Kennedy did with Cuba.
I went to Gaza. I have a picture. I was with, this is with Israel Haniyeh, who was just assassinated. We were in Gaza. And he said, as the people of Gaza said, we want to live with Jews. We simply want our freedom. So, you know, the vilification of the people of Palestine is vulgar, is really revolting. The chief rabbi of Palestine pleaded with the United Nations in 1947. He said, we furthermore wish, this is Rabbi Dushinsky, said, we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. And this was the position of the religious community living in Palestine, because we have no aspiration for a nation state. That's not what we are. We are Jewish, a religion of 3,000 years to be subservient to God. Zionism came along, a movement of non-religious Jews, Theodor Herzl. This is Ben Gurion in 1948, at the historic moment of the Declaration of Independence, and they don't have any rabbis. People aren't even covering their head like a Jew has to. So you see the duplicity, the hypocrisy of of the Declaration of a Jewish state. What's that?
Are they East Europeans?
Exactly. They all
so
came
they're not
from
connected
Austria.
to the Hebrews, right?
They're Jewish from birth, many,
yeah.
but they're not upholding the laws of the Torah. They're simply ignoring everything that God says that we're, since 2,000 years ago, since the destruction of the temple, we are forbidden to make our nation state, and certainly not by killing or stealing. Jews and Muslims live together.
Right, they do in Iran too, in Syria.
That's right, and I was there, and yes. And you can see what they're doing to the Jewish people who are demonstrating against occupation. They're demonstrating, and they get brutally beaten by the Israeli military. Not just by the police, this is their military. They get trampled with horses. This is like an unbelievable situation over there, and nobody says a word.
I appreciate your time. What was your name again?
This is ongoing. They get arrested because here you see old men, children, and we never carry guns. We're simply standing there and objecting to their occupation. Here they get arrested because boys and girls who turn 17 become criminals because they refuse to serve in the Israeli military, which is mandatory military service. And why? Because we're Jewish. We don't accept this occupation. We're Jewish. We're to serve God, not to kill or steal. This is against our religion. And you will find invariably the largest communities, whether it's in Jerusalem or here in the United States, in Manhattan, right across from Manhattan, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, the very religious, we are opposed to the existence of the state of Israel, and certainly to the slaughter of the people of Gaza. It's unacceptable.
So you think there's a peaceful solution?
There is eventually, there will be, just like apartheid. People said, how will it end? There will be a slaughter of, but the grassroots, I mean, it's because God, with his ultimate compassion, brought an end to apartheid. Here also, God will bring an end to this. It says in the Torah, why are you rebelling against me? It will not be successful. But in essence, you're finding now, in the practical purposes, you're finding that there's the encampments, and that finally, after 76 years, you're finding that the student bodies are not being silenced anymore, and they're saying this is unacceptable, it's inhumane, we say ungodly. How could you kill and maim and torture and oppress now 40,000 people and more? How do you do that in the name of what God are you doing it? What rightful excuse do you have to do that? And the world is silent, but they're not being silent, and the professors are not being silent. So maybe now we'll find that there will be a sea change. God will help, it will end. I hope it will, because one day it will end, as I say, because it's a pure crime. It's against God, it's against the Jewish religion, it's ignoring the voice of the truly God-fearing, the Torah authorities around the world, whether it is in Jerusalem or the United States or wherever it may be.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Thanks for coming out and telling the story. Yeah, it's certainly a tough situation, and I just hope there's a peaceful solution. Certainly all eyes are there. as bad as it's been.
God will help. It will. One day it will end. We are crying and hurting with the people of Palestine. I can tell you, we've been in. I've been in Sabra Shatila. I've been in the different. I've been in Baja Barajna, the different Palestinian refugee camps. We cried with them. We went to the orphanages. We went to Zaytun with the Samuni family. 30-something members of the family died. At that time, it was a number. Today, it's not even. You have hundreds of people of one family there. And we cried with them. We hurt. We went to them, and they told us they're not against Jews, even in their situation. I went to Baja Barajna, and they gave me a symbolic key that they want to return to their homes, and I carry that along with me. Our hearts are with them. God will help. There will be a free Palestine, and we'll be able to live together in that same harmonic coexistence one day. It will happen. The world doesn't want nobody, not the Muslims and not the Jews. We don't want to live on a quagmire in rivers of blood and killing each other. It's the leaders that are causing this. They're using fear-mongering, falsification of the history of the truth, as if there's a hate, an ingrained hate between Jews and Muslims, as if the Muslims hate the Jews, when our history shows that Jews found a safe haven in Muslim countries throughout our history by the Crusades, Inquisition, until recently. The Ottoman Empire took the Jews in Palestine. But this Zionism tries to eradicate this history. One day it will return to that.
Okay.
Inshallah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.